Hello students, we are in the sixth part of corrosion and its prevention, and I am your teacher Sudipta Nath. So this is the fifth part of the types of corrosion, which is called as intergranular corrosion. It is a very typical type of corrosion which is microscopic in nature and could not be identified normally in the naked eye, but inside matrix of that particular metallic material, it makes it weaker. Now this form of corrosion, where boundaries of grain of metal are more susceptible to corrosion, and this type of phenomena that takes place. So different in corrosion potential between the grain and the grain boundary, this type of corrosion that occurs. We know very well that within the grain and the grain boundary, if we compare, then grain boundary is relatively high energized region, and for that particular purpose, in presence of adequate environment like presence of electrolyte, presence of oxygen or oxidizing agent, and the temperature factor, if we consider all the things, then this type of corrosion will take place. For example, cuprous aluminate in aluminum alloy, chromic carbonate in stainless steel, that is Cr23C6, this type of corrosion that takes place. One important thing over here is called as sensitization. What is sensitization? That is the formation of chromium carbide precipitate, that is Cr23C6, at grain boundary, and it occurs when stainless steel of type 300, I am not telling 300, why I will explain it in the next slide, of type 300 are heated to a temperature of around 400 to 900 degrees centigrade in rolling mill or in fabrication or during the process of welding. This type of phenomena that take place. Now chromium carbide precipitate that actually will be embedded on the grain boundary. Okay, so this is the chromium depleted zone, which is just around and very close to that particular region, in the vicinity of that particular region. So this is the microstructure of 304 stainless steel. In the previous slide I told it is not 300, it is 300, because there are certain grades of alloy steel which is called as 304, 304L. 304L means 304 quality with forged category, 316 category, okay, 308, 309 category. There are many different types which are having their own different or own specific type of application. So over there, the sensitization that also take place in presence of the chromium atom. In the left hand side you can see that is the non-sensitized condition, and in the right hand side you can see that is the sensitized condition. The scale is also mentioned, that is within the scale of 10 micrometer or 10 micron. So this is how the phenomena of sensitization that take place. So how to prevent the intergranular corrosion? In the figure you can see that there are several layers around the weld nugget or weld bead. We know that around that there is a region which is called as HAZ or heat affected zone. So around that welded nugget there is weld decay, and that is one particular region which is at the vicinity of that particular weld nugget, which is called as partially melted zone, and then composite region is at the center, and definitely true heat affected zone, which is also mentioned in the figure. Unaffected zone is around that particular heat affected zone area or heat affected region area. So use of low grade stainless steel, that is 304L, 316L grade, due to which less carbon will be available for precipitation of chromium carbide, this particular phenomena that occurs. Use of stabilized grade of stainless steel like 321, 322, etc., where titanium is present. In that particular case, the intergranular corrosion is somewhat arrested. And obviously the use of post-weld treatment is also required. And this is a very important type of corrosion which is called as crevice corrosion. It is also a localized corrosion, localized attack that occurs in restricted areas like gasket, flanges, fasteners, screw, bolt, lap joint, etc., where the stagnation of a particular electrolyte region is there. This type of corrosion can take place. It occurs between two metal placettes. So over here, in presence of the electrolytic region, cathode and anode, two different regions will be developed, and definitely you know that the corrosion will take place smoothly. So prevention of the crevice corrosion is done in this following process. Avoid crevice during the fabrication, that is smooth welding is required. We have to avoid the solution which gets crevices, to apply grease or nut, bolt, etc., and routine cleanup, servicing, and apply external coating if possible, that is grease or paint or similar type of zinc oxide, etc., that is required. So this is the end of our sixth lecture. In the next lecture also we will be discussing about some other specific type of corrosion and its prevention method. So don't go anywhere, stay tuned and just watch